Let us examine the sheer logistical improbability of this coincidence. Jason Morgan, a legacy character returning from a harrowing, traumatic captivity under the WSB or some other shadowy organization, steps off a plane in episode 16,000. On that very same flight is Dr. Tristan Roberts, a brilliant, enigmatic, new surgeon. Since their arrival, they have not exchanged a single word in public. They pass each other in the bustling corridors of General Hospital like absolute strangers. But if you have been watching this show as long as I have, you know that silence is never just silent. Silence is a canvas. In the past, whenever Jason Morgan completely ignored someone, it was usually because he was protecting them or they were secretly working together. The lack of interaction is not a plot hole. It is a meticulously crafted smokescreen. They are deliberately maintaining a massive distance to ensure that no one in Port Charles suspects they share a deeply dangerous secret. We must look at Jason's psychological state since his return. He is fundamentally changed. He has officially walked away from the mob, a decision that has completely blindsided Sonny Corinthos and left Carly Spencer reeling. Jason has always been the loyal soldier, the man who would take a bullet for Sonny without a second thought. Why would he suddenly abandon the life he has known for decades? The surface level explanation is that he wants to protect his son, Danny Morgan, from further violence. But if you ask me, there is a much darker, heavier burden crushing his soul. Jason is carrying a guilt so profound that it has altered his very DNA. He is quieter, more distant, and his eyes hold the haunted look of a man who has witnessed unspeakable horrors. This is not just the trauma of being held captive. This is the trauma of leaving someone behind. My theory, born from decades of analyzing the intricate plotting of Port Charles, is that during his final mission before returning home, Jason stumbled upon a clandestine black site. This was not just a regular WSB holding facility or a Cassadine dungeon. This was a highly classified, off-the-books prison designed to hold individuals that the entire world believes to be dead. And the very first person who comes to mind is none other than Sam. If Sam is truly alive and being held in this nightmarish facility, it explains absolutely everything about Jason's current demeanor. Imagine the sheer agony of finding the love of your life, the other half of a legendary super couple, locked away in a cage, only to realize that you do not have the manpower, the resources, or the time to save her in that exact moment. Let us take a moment to reflect on the history of Jason and Sam. Their love story defined a generation of viewers. They survived mob wars, psycho stalkers, and seemingly insurmountable tragedies. Jason's loyalty to Sam has always been unwavering. If he saw her alive in that facility, he would have torn the walls down with his bare hands if he could. But Jason is also a master strategist. He knew that a failed rescue attempt would result in her immediate execution. He had to make the excruciating, soul-shattering choice to leave her behind, to return to Port Charles and play the part of the broken man, all while secretly plotting her salvation. This is why he cannot look Carly or Sonny in the eye. His guilt is a living, breathing entity, and he knows that if he slips up, Sam will pay the ultimate price. This is where Dr. Tristan Roberts becomes the most crucial piece of the puzzle. Why is a surgeon of his caliber suddenly setting up shop at General Hospital? I strongly suspect that Tristan was coerced or forced into working at this very same secret prison. The shadowy organization running the facility needed top-tier medical expertise to keep their high-value prisoners alive. Tristan, bound by his Hippocratic oath and perhaps a hidden moral compass, did whatever he could to secretly aid the captives. During Jason's infiltration of the facility, he and Tristan crossed paths. Recognizing a shared goal, they formed a desperate, silent alliance. They tried to orchestrate a mass breakout, but the plan fell apart at the final hour. Jason was forced to flee to avoid capture, leaving Tristan behind to continue his covert medical care. Now, both men have relocated to Port Charles, playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Tristan's employment at General Hospital is not a coincidence. It is a strategic maneuver. A major medical center is the perfect cover for a man who needs to quietly siphon off specialized medications, surgical supplies, and advanced medical equipment without raising red flags. Every time Tristan orders excess inventory, every time he logs into the hospital's secure database, he is preparing for the ultimate rescue mission. And those fleeting moments when he and Jason pass each other in the hospital hallways, those are not the interactions of strangers. A subtle nod, a brief locking of eyes, a slight shift in trajectory. These are the covert communications of two soldiers organizing a war right under the noses of the Port Charles elite. But Sam is not the only ghost haunting this secret facility. If we look at the broader canvas of the show, there are several other characters whose deaths felt unresolved or suspiciously abrupt. Take Dex Heller, for instance. The young man was presumed dead, leaving Jocelyn Jax completely heartbroken and cementing a bitter rift between her and Sonny Corinthos. But what if Dex's death was nothing more than a meticulously staged illusion? What if Jason and Tristan found Dex barely clinging to life in that underground bunker? Dex could have been severely injured, kept alive by Tristan's surgical brilliance for some unknown, nefarious purpose. Jason would have wanted to extract Dex immediately, but moving a critically wounded man would have compromised the entire operation. They had to leave him promising to return, and we cannot ignore the tragic, murky fate of Spencer Cassadine and Esme Prince. The waters of the Seine claimed them, or so we were led to believe. But in the world of soap operas, especially when dealing with the legacy of the Cassadines, a watery grave is rarely permanent. What if this secret prison is actually a rogue Cassadine operation, funded by Victor's hidden offshore accounts, designed to warehouse his enemies and heirs? Finding Spencer alive would be a revelation that would shake the very foundations of Port Charles, healing Trina Robinson's shattered heart and redefining the future of the legacy families. If Jason knows that Spencer is breathing, it adds another massive layer of urgency to his silent crusade. He is not just fighting for his own family, he is fighting to restore the next generation. You might be asking yourself, why on earth would Jason keep this a secret from his most trusted allies? Why not tell Sonny, Carly, Dante, or Anna Devane? The answer lies in the fundamental nature of these characters. We love Carly, but she is impulsive, emotional, and fiercely protective. If Carly knew that Sam or Dex was alive, she would charter a jet and storm the facility herself, guns blazing, completely destroying the element of surprise. Sonny is currently distracted, attempting to rebuild his empire and dealing with the fallout of Jen Sidwell's revenge. Anna Devane is struggling with severe hallucinations of Peter August, making her a massive liability. Dante is a sworn officer of the law. Bringing him in would mean bringing in the authorities, and the shadowy organization likely has moles embedded deep within the WSB and local law enforcement. Jason knows that the moment this secret is spoken aloud, a countdown begins. If the organization running the prison catches even a whisper that Jason Morgan is planning a rescue, they will not hesitate to execute every single captive to erase the evidence. To protect them, Jason must become an island. He must embrace the cold, unfeeling persona that the town expects of him. He is intentionally pushing his loved ones away, absorbing their anger, their disappointment, and their confusion, all to keep them safe. It is the ultimate sacrifice, a testament to his character integrity. He is willing to let the world believe he is a broken, selfish man, so long as it buys Tristan enough time to gather the necessary supplies for their inevitable return to that hellhole. The brilliance of this storyline, if it truly unfolds this way, is how it utilizes the mundane to hide the extraordinary. We see Tristan clashing with Britt Westbourne over an apartment or navigating hospital politics, and we assume he is just another arrogant new doctor. But beneath that polished exterior is a man operating under unimaginable pressure. He is the inside man, bossy, logistical backbone of Jason's Shadow War. Every prescription he writes, every surgery he performs, is a cover to maintain his position and access. When Jason tells Danny that he is home for good, it is a half-truth. He is home, but his mind and his mission are miles away, locked in a cell with the people he failed to save. As a veteran viewer, I have seen storylines soar to incredible heights, and I have seen them crash into frustrating dead ends. But the potential here is staggering. If the writers are truly laying the groundwork for a massive prison break orchestrated by Jason Morgan and Tristan Roberts, it would be a return to the long-term storytelling that made this show a cultural phenomenon. It would respect the history of the characters, provide a logical explanation for Jason's jarring behavioral changes, and set the stage for the triumphant, tear-jerking returns of Sam, Dex, and Spencer. I will continue to watch with bated breath, analyzing every shared glance and unspoken word, because in Port Charles, the most dangerous secrets are the ones hidden in plain sight. My passion for this show remains as steadfast as ever, and I cannot wait to see how this brilliant mystery unfolds.